Hello everybody, welcome back to UTalk TV Plus, and today we have Unit 16, Lección 16, Lesson 16, UTalk Grammar, video number 2, because remember, every unit in UTalk Grammar, we break them down, fíjate cómo lo digo, we break them down in 3 parts. So this is the second part. Remember, in the first video, we devoted it. How do you say lo dedicamos? We devoted it completely to countables and uncountables. I hope you had fun with it. Remember, a little bit, quite a bit. What was it? It was too much, so much, so many, too many. Anyways, hope you understood that. That was 16.1. Now we're going to continue with 16.2. This is page 15, UTalk Grammar number 2. I recommend you guys have or either the book itself, like this one, or the PDF version with the MP3 file. If you have the book handy, then you can have it with you when you watch this video. If you have the PDF version, you can have me on screen, and next to me, then you can have the actual PDF file, and you can follow along. There's no problem here in watching the video and reading at the same time, because the book is in Spanish and it's a commented version, so it's alright. It's not like when watching sentences and vocabulary. Remember, I recommend you guys listen to the audio file 5 times before you read it once. But with this book, it doesn't matter. It's just it's a commented version, so you can have the book and watch this video at the same time. Remember, there's also an audio file here that is me talking for also many hours, and so I recommend you check that out too. It's going to be similar to this one, but hopefully here I'm gonna give you my latest techniques, and I'm gonna do my best so you guys can get to speak like Carlos and I. Not even that, but not only that, but also we want you to speak better if possible, and you can do it. If we did it, then you can do it too. And also keep in mind that at the beginning of the book there's a list of, right here on page number 9, there's a list of sentences, and there is a correspondence and equivalence between, for example, Unit 16, then you need to look at lists 21, 22, 23, book 2, all right? And you'll see all the sentences and vocabulary here in every lesson. So in this lesson 16, you'll have list 21, 22, 23, then lesson or unit 17, then you'll have list 24, 25, 24 and 25, etc. Okay, so it's pretty simple, but everything is connected. So I recommend the process, remember, is first you watch this video, read the book, then you go ahead and work on the sentences, then you go ahead and work vocabulary. It's always grammar, sentences, vocabulary, because grammar and vocabulary, we'll see everything we're going to see here with a lot more practice, linking, intonation, all that. Okay, remember it? Okay, cool. So now let's continue then. Page 15, number 2, similar to, different from, and the same as. The reason why I created this point is because when I was learning English, I was constantly in doubt. How do you say in duda? In doubt. In doubt. If you don't know how to write it out, remember, if you want clarification, if you want me to clarify something, let me know down below the video in the comment section. We'll get back to you. Like, for example, here, minute 4:15. How do you say doubt? And then I'll help you out. Okay. So, anyways, so when I was studying, I was always in doubt as far as say similar from or similar on or whatever. So basically, you need to remember similar to, different from. Okay. So my phone is similar to yours. My car is similar to yours. It's not the same, but it's similar to yours. My car is different from yours. So different from, similar to. Pronunciation, remember, similar is dos is, it's 2 i's, but you have to say similar. Then there's 3 key letters here. There's the E sound, it's the L sound, and it's the R sound. So similar, similar to. Different, the same, we have the E sound, which is key sound. We need to make it sound different, the R sound. So different, and then from, different from, different from, different from, similar to, different from, and the same as. Mi teléfono es el mismo que el tuyo. My phone is the same as yours. Is your car the same as mine? Well, it's not the same, but it's similar. It's similar to mine. It's different from mine. It's similar to mine. Okay? So just repeat it until you assimilate those prepositions. And you know, prepositions, there's a theory behind, but the best way to go, how do you say la mejor forma? The best way to go. Best way to go. You need to say it like that. Not the best way to go, but the best way to go. The best way to go. The best way to go is to memorize it. Because if you're too analytical, if you're too analytical, it's going to take a lot of your brain resources. So it needs to be automatic. I don't know why in Spanish you say encima de y en la mesa, you know, a la mesa or whatever. So it's just because you learned it, and it doesn't sound good if you change it. So this is the same it is the same approach. Of course, the more theory you know, the better. But do not worry about it. Okay, just memorize it. Similar to, different from, similar to, different from, the same as. Okay, yeah. So page 16, we're gonna practice with a few sentences that we have here. Un kilómetro es lo mismo que 1000 metros. A kilometer, the L and the E sound. A kilometer is the same as 1,000 meters. A kilometer is the same as 1,000 meters. Okay. Este libro es el mismo que ese. This book is the same as that one, if you will. This book is the same as that one. Pay attention, because if I said, este libro, esto es lo mismo que eso, then it'd be that. But it's ese, that'd be that one. You see the difference? Este libro es el mismo que eso. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it'd be literally, this book is the same as that. But este libro es el mismo que ese, that'd be, this book is the same as that one. 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 Intonation, yes, this book is the same as that one. Alright, you got it? So this book is the same as that one. Tu botella es diferente a la mía. Your bottle, key letter, the L. Your bottle is different, key letter E, key letter R, different from mine. Your bottle is different. Your bottle is different from mine. Your bottle is different from mine. Your bottle is different from mine. You got it all linked? Now you do the intonation. Your bottle is different from mine. Your bottle, yes. Intonation, yes. Your bottle is different from mine. So, yes, bottle, mine. Yes, bottle, mine. Yes, your bottle is different from mine. Do you understand? Sí, tu botella es diferente de la mía. All right. That's the way it'd be the equivalent in Spanish, all right? So your bottle is different from mine. ¿Tu coche es el mismo que el mío? Is your car the same as mine? No es el mismo, pero es parecido. It's not the same, but it's similar. It's not the same, but it's not similar. Entonces es diferente. So therefore, por lo tanto, therefore, if you don't know how to write therefore, then drop a line. How do you write therefore? So therefore, if your car is similar to yours and is not the same as mine, therefore it is different from mine. Absolutely, you're right. It is different from yours. Why? Because it's not the same, although it's similar, aunque es parecido. Although it's similar to yours, similar to, different from, see? Similar to yours is different from mine, the same as. See, still today I need to think twice. Okay, was it similar to, different from? But anyways, just resort to it. How do you say recurre a eso? Resort to it and you'll be alright. You'll be all set. Ya lo tendrás. You'll be all set. How do you write all set? You can type it. I'll let you know. All right, very good. So moving on to page 16.3 to know how to. This is a classic. I don't know how to fly. My mind high up in the sky. You know how to. And I don't know why teachers should be teaching this. How to instead of how to. Not to mention, can you play the guitar? That's fine. But native speakers normally say, do you know how to play the guitar? Okay, so here, you could say, obviously, can you play the guitar? Can you play the flute? Can you speak French? That's fine. But again, best way to go, como se dice la mejor forma? Best way to go to know how to. Second part, when you know the structure, is not to know, do you know to play the guitar? No. Do you know how to play the guitar? Once you got it all set, the structure then is the pronunciation, and more precisely, the lenken. What happens there is how to becomes how to. Remember, semi-key letter, semiclave, letra semiclave, semi-key letter, T becomes a soft, T and D become a soft R in Spanish, like Mario, Maria, pero, alright? So, how to becomes how to. Now, how to. It's like a short U. Yes, and this is very useful because you're going to sound much better. Plus, how do you say además? Plus, they're gonna get you understand you. You're gonna get to understand them way better. Sound good and understand better. Don't get me wrong. How do you say no me malinterpretes? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They will understand you if you say, do you know how to play the guitar? But most likely, how do you say lo más probable? Most likely, you won't be able to understand them when they say, hey, do you know how to play? Hey, do you know how to play the guitar? Hey, do you know how to fly? Hey, do you know how to get there? Hey, do you know how to sing? Hey, do you know how to speak French? Hey, do you know how to speak English? I don't know how to speak English. Why? English. Why? Because the better you pronounce, the better you understand. Because if in Spanish you'll say, esto es un meso, but we say, esto es una mesa, chances are, how do you say lo más probable? Chances are, you're not going to get to understand us. But if you teach a foreigner how to say, esto es una mesa, and you say, esto es una mesa, then magic happens. You know, they'll understand. So the same applies here. Lo mismo ocurre aquí. The same applies here. Anyway, so this is basically what we explain here. Sé cantar. I know how to sing. I know how to sing. Letra clave sing. I know how to sing. Intonation, yes, I know how to sing. Negative, no sé cantar. I don't know how to sing. No sing, sino sing. Then you put it all together. I don't know how to sing. See, I don't. D becomes a soft R. How to becomes a soft R. I don't know how to sing. 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 Question, ¿sabes cantar? Do you know how to sing? Do you know how to sing? And intonation, hey, do you know how to sing? No, no sé cantar. No, I don't know how to sing. Sí, sé cantar. Yes, I know how to sing. I know how to sing. Yeah, so there you go. Now we're gonna do a few sentences. Yes, sé cocinar. Sé cocinar. I know how to cook. No, cook. Remember, look, book, cook. Cercano now, similar to an O, okay? So, sé cocinar, I know how to cook. ¿Sabes cocinar? Do you know how to cook? Fijaros, look at this. Do you know? Do you know becomes do. Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to cook? ¿sabes cocinar sopa? Siguiente. Do you know how to cook? How do you say sopa? Soap? No, soap is jamón. Soup. Okay, soup. Do you know how to cook soup? Do you know how to cook soup? Soup. Do you know how to cook soup? Hey, do you know how to cook soup? Of course, yes. I've never done it, but most likely I can go to the grocery store and then get one of those envelopes. I don't know what you call that in English, really. I'll look it up. How do you say lo consultaré? I'll look it up. How do you say what you call sopa de sobre? Okay, all right. So I bet it's not called envelope soup. Soup. But anyways, I bet that kind of soup that you can buy at the supermarket it must be pretty easy to cook. Okay, so all right. So do you know how to cook soup? Yes. All right. Jabón, soap. Dame un poquito de jabón. Tengo que lavarme las manos. Please. Can you pass the soap? I still have to think it twice. You pass the soap. I need to wash my hands. Porque tengo que comer sopa? Because I need to eat some soup. Anyways, no sé cocinar. I don't know how to cook. 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 No, I don't know how to cook. Do you guys know how to cook? And most importantly, do you guys like cooking? Do you guys like cooking? Because I don't. And I don't understand this passion that there is, at least in Spain, there's a lot of TV shows focusing on cooking. And really, I don't see the point. Unless you have a real vocation. But I don't understand, like, everybody having a real vocation on cooking. All right. Must be a trend. Fashionable here now. Anyway, so, ¿sabe él hablar inglés? Does he know how to speak English? ¿Cómo se dice inglés? English. Letra clave E, letra clave L, key letter E. English. And key letter sh. So we have E, sh, L. 3 key letters here. No wonder, how do you say no me extraña? No wonder everybody has trouble with this. English. English? No, English. So, does he know how to speak English? Does he skip the H? Does he know how to speak English? 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 Hey, does he know how to speak English? Él no sabe hablar inglés. He doesn't know how to speak English. ¿Por qué no sabe él hablar inglés? Why doesn't he know how to speak English? Hey, why doesn't he know how to speak English? Hey, why doesn't he know how to speak English? Hey, why doesn't he know how to speak English? We'll see this because it's interrogative negative. Okay, so he doesn't live in Madrid. Doesn't he live in Madrid? You don't like music. Don't you like music? It's interrogative negative, especially with why. Why don't you like music? You see? We'll take a look at it because it's one of the points in this unit. All right, so él no sabe hablar inglés. He doesn't know how to speak English. 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 All right. Intonation, no, he doesn't know how to speak English. He doesn't know how to speak English. Oh my God. That's too bad. How do you say una pena? That's too bad. It's too bad he doesn't know how to speak English. All right. It's so fun, you guys, speaking English. Oh my God. I love it. Okay, so cool. And then we mentioned about the pronunciation. We mentioned about skipping the H. All right. And then we mentioned about something we do in class about, like, the teacher asking you, hey, so Maria, do you know how to play the guitar? No, I don't. Now ask me if I know how to play the violin, etc. Some resources that we use in class regarding questions, answers, and agility in general. But anyways, it's something you can also practice with these sentences. All right, like if imagine I'm your teacher here, and then you were to ask me, okay, you talker, now ask me if I know how to cook, and you're supposed to say, Fran, do you know how to cook? Repeat. Fran, do you know how to cook? Not really. I know how to cook salad, but that's not considered cooking. I know how to cook pasta, rice. No, not much. All right. So you talker, ask me if I know how to play the guitar. Fran, do you know how to play the guitar? Good job. Yes, I know how to play the guitar. and I love it. I've been playing guitar since I was 7. Yes, yeah, you talker, ask me how many guitars I have. Friend, how many guitars you have? No, how many guitars do you have? Okay, so how many guitars do you have? Oh, good question. I have 11 guitars. I love playing guitar. Along with English, junto al inglés, along with English, playing guitar is one of my favorite things. All right, so, hey, you talker, ask me if my sister knows how to speak Russian. Friend, es como dar, ¿ves? Does your sister know? Does your sister know how to speak Russian? Okay, repeat. Does your sister know how to speak Russian? Now, all together. Does your sister know how to speak Russian? Repeat. Does your sister know how to speak Russian? Good. No, she doesn't. Okay, ask me if she knows how to speak French. No, ask me if she knows how to speak Italian. Friend, does she know how to speak Italian? Okay, repeat. Does she know how to speak Italian? Good job. No, she doesn't. Okay, so you talker, ask me what language she knows how to speak. So, Fran, what language does she know? Yes, good, repeat. What language does she know how to speak? All right, repeat. What language does she know how to speak? What language does she know how to speak? Good job. All right. Yes, well, she knows how to speak French and English too. So she knows how to speak 2 languages. Well, this is the way we practice pretty much in class too. So I give you a little demo here. ¿Cómo se dice demostración? How do you say demostración? Demo. Very good. All right. Now, number 4, it's kind of similar, and it's called, do you know where the station is? Why? Because what is the typical mistake here? Well, typical mistake here is to say, do you know where is the station? And that is like a double interrogative. So the effect of the question is, it goes to, do you know? Do you know where? And then, do you know where? Then it's an affirmative question. Do you know where the station is? ¿Sabes quién es él? Do you know who he is? Do you know who he is? All right? Because the base question, the base structure is, do you know that? So instead of that, we place there a noun clause, lo que se llama una cláusula nominal, a noun clause, and it needs to be an affirmative, on the affirmative. So, ¿sabes qué es eso? Do you know what is that? No. Do you know? The effect of the question is up until here. Okay. So, do you know that? Do you ¿sabes qué es eso? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? Okay. ¿Sabes quién soy? Do you know who I am? ¿Sabes dónde está la estación? Do you know that? Do you know where the station is? All right. Okay. So basically that's what you need to remember. Okay. Let's practice a little bit. ¿Sabes qué hora es? Do you know what time it is? All right. Okay. Yes, I do, of course. So then ask me. So, Fran, what time is it? And then yes, then you need to do the inversion. All right, let's see what time it is here. It's 8:15. It's 8:15. All right, on what day is it? On January 9th. Okay, 2018. Oh my God. Yeah, so and that's something we practice in the class too. Like if I'm the teacher and you, dear you talker, I'd say, okay, you talker, ask me if I know where Madrid is, and then you'd go, Fran, do you know where Madrid is? You wouldn't say, do you know where is Madrid? Remember? So, Fran, do you know where Madrid is? And I'd say, yes, of course. Yes. Come on, go ahead. How do you say tira? Adelante. Go ahead. Come on, go ahead. Ask me. So then you'd go, Fran, where is Madrid? Yes. Okay. Now I could say, okay, you talker number 2. What is he asking me? He's asking you where Madrid is. Okay. And this is always back and forth, direct and direct style. And I'd say, oh, it's in Spain. Madrid's in Spain. And I'd say, hey, you talker, ask me if I know where my sister lives. And then you'd go, Fran, do you know where your sister lives? And I'd say, yes, of course, I know where my sister lives. Come on, ask me. And then you go, okay, Fran, where? And now, ahora sí, where does your sister live? Cuando usas el das, la S se queda atrás. When you use does, then the S, stays behind. No, it doesn't rhyme. No hay rima ahí. So cuando usas el das, la S se queda atrás. So, where does your sister live? Oh, she lives. And then I could say, oh, you're talking number two. What is he asking me? He's asking you where your sister lives. All right. Where does your sister live? He's asking you where your sister lives. She lives in Huesca, in my town, actually. Yes. I don't remember the name of the street though, but yes, she lives here. You see the point here? It's just basically getting used to getting used to using this structure in the affirmative after do you know affirmative. Okay? So let's take a look at a few sentences. ¿Sabes dónde está Madrid? Do you know where Madrid is? Where, here, there, where? Do you know where Madrid is? Do you know where Madrid is? Intonation. Hey, do you know where Madrid is? Do you know where Madrid is? Yes, of course I know. Is it in the south? Is it in the north? Is it in the east, west? No, it's in the center of Spain, all right? No sé lo que es. I don't know what it is, what it is. Key letter, E como E, T, semi-key letter, T becomes a soft R in Spanish. So, D, semi-key letter, D becomes a soft R. I don't know what it is. What it is, what it is. Repeat after me. I don't know what it is. 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 I don't know what it is, but I love this. Oh, I was trying to look for a rhyme there. I don't know what it is, but I love this thing. First. I don't know. Anyways, I was trying to make a song here. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but this unit is for me. Okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but this unit 16 is amazing. Oh, guys, I can't come up with, how do you say that, Con? I can't come up with a rhyme here. Man. But anyways, I don't know what it is. 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 I don't want to hear guys saying, I don't know what it is. Again, all right? So I don't know what it is. Anyways, no sé lo que es. I don't know what it is. ¿Sabes lo que es? Do you know what it is? Intonation. Hey, do you know what it is? Do you? Choo. Hey, do you know what it is? Come on, you guys. We're on intermediate level. You need to do it like this. Hey, do you know what it is? I don't know what it is, but it's amazing. Okay, ¿sabes lo que es? Do you know what it is? Sé dónde está. I know where it is. I know. Again, this is not a question, but it's I know that. I know that. So instead of that, you place a clause there, como una frase, like a full sentence. I know that. I know where it is. Affirmative. I know that. I know where it is. It's not I know where is it. Okay. Yes. ¿Sabes dónde estoy? Do you know where I am? Do you know where I am? It wouldn't be, do you know where am I? No. Do you know where I am? Hey, do you know where? Here, there, where? Do you know where I am? Intonation. Hey, do you know? Hey, do you know where I am? Hey, do you know where I am? All right, good. ¿Sabes quién es ella? Do you know who she is? 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 Oh, it rings a bell. It's funny, guys. Look, it rings a bell. Me suena, but you don't need to conjugate it. So, do you know who she is? You wouldn't say she rings a bell. It rings a bell. For some reason, you just need to keep it with the neutral pronoun. Okay. So, do you know who she is? And you say, it doesn't ring a bell. Pues no me suena. It doesn't ring a bell. Very good job, you guys. So there you go. This was point number 4. Okay. I don't know what it is. Do you know who I am? Etc. Okay. Now we're going to continue with point number 5. Interrogative negative. Remember that we anticipated it. Fíjate, we anticipated it. Anticipated it. We anticipated it before about the interrogative negative. It is really, really useful because it is really emphatic. ¿Cómo se dice enfatizador? Emphatic. Like for example, typically, oh man, I don't have a car. You'd say, dude, tío. How do you say tío? Dude, don't you have a car? Don't you? Again, T plus Y, don't you? Like, don't you? Don't you have a car? Oh my God, what a mess. Now what we're gonna do now? All right. So anyways, let's take a look first at the kind of the structure so you understand. Affirmative. ¿Estás andando? Okay. Question. ¿Estás andando? And then you'd say in Spanish too, ¿no estás andando? All right. So in Spanish we have it too. So ¿no estás andando? Question. ¿No estás andando? But we just change the intonation. That's all. But in English is you're walking. Question. Are you walking? And then ¿no estás andando? It'd be aren't you walking? Fíjate como arancha, aren't. This is tricky. Aren't. But in this case, it's more natural to use aren't than are you not. Because you could also say, are you not walking? You could say, are you not walking? For kids, when I was teaching kids, it was way more, for them, it was easier to pick them up, to pick it up like this, to understand it. Like, are you not walking? Instead of aren't you walking? But I recommend in this case, you use aren't. But remember, como arancha, aren't you walking? Okay, very good. So let's take a look at a few examples here. So I'm gonna give you the interrogative. Like for example, do you have a book? And then you need to give it back to me the negative. ¿No tienes un libro? Don't you have a book? All right. Now, first one. Do you have a dog? Now, what would you say? ¿No tienes un perro? It'd be, don't you have a dog? So don't you. T más Y, don't you. Don't you have a dog? Don't you have a dog? Don't you have a dog? Is it all linked? Don't you have a dog? Now, hey, question. Hey, don't you have a dog? Hey, don't you have a dog? Hey, don't you have a dog? All right. Very good job. All right. Now, does she? Now, next one. Does she have a car? Now, question. Negative question. Doesn't she have a car? Doesn't she have a car? Doesn't she have a car? Hey, doesn't she have a car? Doesn't she? Cuesta. It takes a while. Doesn't key letter. Doesn't she have a car? Key letter R. Car. Doesn't she have a car? Good job. Good. Will you go to Madrid? ¿Cómo será? ¿No irás a Madrid? Will you go to Madrid? Won't 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 you go to Madrid? Hey, won't you go to Madrid? Very good. Now, are you going to Madrid? Are you going to Madrid? Now, how would you make it? No vas a ir a Madrid. Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Then there's a lot of T, becomes a soft R in Spanish. So, aren't you going to go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go? Repeat. Aren't you going to go? Aren't you going to go? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Hey, aren't you going to go to Madrid? Aren't you gonna go? You could also say even quicker with gonna. Aren't you gonna go to Madrid? Hey, come on, aren't you gonna go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Are you not going to go to Madrid? Aren't you going to go to Madrid? Oh my God, it sounds like a tongue twister, like a trabalenguas, all right? So, in this kind of structure, it is very, very, very useful, especially with why. And we use it a lot in Spanish too, okay? So, no tengo un coche. I don't have a car. Dude, why don't you have a car? You say you were gonna take us back home. So it's very emphatic, and it's very, very common to use both in Spanish and in English, all right? So why don't you have a car? Why don't you live in Madrid? Now, all right, okay. Now, ¿por qué no tienes un coche? Why don't you have a car? Good. ¿Por qué no vive ella aquí? Why doesn't she live here? Why doesn't she live here? Why doesn't she, key letter, live, L, key letter, E, key letter, V, semi-key letter? Why doesn't she live here? Why doesn't she live here? So intonation, hey, why doesn't she live here? Come on, but she told us she was living here. It turns out, how do you say resulta que? It turns out she lives half a mile from here. Something must have been wrong, okay? So why doesn't she live here? Okay, ¿por qué no vas a estudiar? Why aren't you going to study? 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 Hey, why aren't you going to study? Okay, why aren't you going to study? Okay, so you're not walking. ¿Por qué no estás andando? Why aren't you walking? Why aren't you walking? Walking, key letter E como E, walking. Why aren't you walking? Come on, dude, move it. Come on, why aren't you walking? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna practice a little bit. I'm gonna give you a few sentences like this. The negative one. Are you aren't you running? And then you're gonna say, are you not? Why aren't you running? So no, wait. We're gonna make it a little bit more useful for you guys. So I'm gonna say, I'm not flying, and you're gonna say, why are you not flying? Or why aren't you flying? You got it? Okay, I don't have a phone. Fran, why don't you have a phone? Good job. Well, I don't know how to sing. Fran, why don't you know how to sing? Okay. I didn't know that. Fran, why didn't you know that? Come on, you told me you knew it. All right. So I won't go to Madrid. So Fran, why won't you go to Madrid? Why won't you? Te más Y. Why won't you go to intonation? Hey, why won't you go to Madrid? Go to. Why won't you go to Madrid? Good. All right. So I don't have any books. So Fran, why don't you have any books? So hey, why don't you have any books? I guess you understand. You getting the hang of it. Let me know if you have any more questions. All right. But you're fine. I think you're getting there. Lo estás pillando. You are getting there. Good. Number 6. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pop. Okay. Más vale que. We've seen this many times. It's very, very common in English. The original expression is you had better. For example, más vale que vayas. You had better go. Like in Spanish, Old Spanish, tendrías a bien ir. Deberías ir. Te recomiendo, más vale que vayas. You better go. You don't want to say you better to go, but you better go. The negative form is you better not go. Now, this kind of expression, you just use it in the present tense. Well, you could also say, más te valdría haber ido. You had better gone. You had better gone. Más te valdría haberlo hecho. You had better done it. You had better done it. Okay, anyway, so más vale que no vayas, you better not go. Más vale que lo hagas, you better do it. Okay? Let's practice a few sentences here. It's funny because the original sentence, like we said, you had better. So technically, you need to write it you'd better. But that D is barely. How do you say? Tan apenas. Barely pronounced. So you'd better. Technically it's you'd better, but you can also say you better, okay? So, más vale que vengas. You better come. Very good. Más vale que no vengas. You better not come, okay? Más vale que no lo hagas. You better not do it. Hey, no, you better not do it. Because that's a really bad move. Es una mala jugada, all right? Más vale que prestes atención. You better pay attention. Remember, in English, the attention is paid. To pay attention, to pay a visit, I'll pay you a visit. To pay homage, okay? Rendir homenaje a alguien, to pay homage. I'll pay you a visit. I'll pay you a visit if you pay attention to me. No le prestes atención a él. Don't pay any attention to him. So, más vale que prestes atención. You better pay attention. Listen, guys. Shen, situation, complication. Vacation. Ese tion es shen. S-H-E-N. Suena así, shen. Do not get that bad influence from the written English, all right? Situation. So you better pay attention. Or otherwise, o de lo contrario, or else, okay, you'll be punished. Serás castigado, alright? So, más vale que seas puntual o si no tengas problemas. You better be on time or else you might have problems. Or else, or si no, or else you might have problems. We'll see else because it's a very useful word, but we'll see it in a separate unit. Okay, so you better be on time. Now, on time is puntual. In time is not necessarily punctual. Okay, so, oh man, it's 6:05. Las 6:05. It's 6:05. We're not in time for the wedding, but we're still in time to see most of the ceremony. Okay, so we're still in time to see part of it. You see, so on time and time. Más vale que estudies, o de lo contrario suspenderás. You better study, or else you will fail. You better study. You better study. Otherwise, you will fail. You will flunk. Flunk es como cantear. I don't know if you guys use it in Spanish anymore. Like, it's like a more colloquial way, more high school language. I'm gonna flunk you. Te voy a suspender. Oh, I flunked. So you better study, or else you'll flunk. I'll flunk you. Te suspenderé. All right, guys. So you better study. You better review this unit. So remember, we're gonna leave off. To leave off doble F es dejarlo aquí. We're gonna leave off point 16.7. So in other words, es decir, in other words, we will continue next day, page 20, 16.7 to afford, and we'll do 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, we have a lot of work to do for 40 minutes. That'll be the third video. Remember, every grammar unit we break them down in 3 videos. This is the second one. They last around 40 minutes. So we're gonna stop here. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. Drop a line. Let me know if you want me to clarify any of the points that I've explained here. And please, I've told you a lot of expressions, pronunciation tricks, catchphrases, frases hechas, that if you want me to write them for you, just say, Fran, minute 12:35, what is it that you're saying there? Can you type it? I'll type it and I'll give you any extra explanations that you might need. Again, watch this video, read the book, download the audio file, listen to it, and if you follow our tips, our advice, you will talk like me, like Carlos, like me, or better. Okay, that's guaranteed, because we're just showing you guys how we did this, because we learned when we were 25 from scratch. How do you say this? The theta from scratch, and we're basically descifrando. We're figuring out for you the way we learned, because we remember everything. Because it's not so long ago. Well, a little bit. Anyways, so thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Keep using your English. Take care.